Hi, I'm Natasha Mulholland from the Angelika Film Center in San Diego, and I want to welcome you to our new series, Coffee Club, in which we drink coffee and have some conversation with local film industry professionals. And we talk about our favorite topic. I mean, what else could it be but film? So here today is Robyn Sarvis and Duane Trammell from the 48-Hour Film Project. Welcome, Robyn and Duane. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Natasha. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. And I'm coming to you with a virtual background of our lovely Angelika Film Center.
I recognize it. I've spent lots of time there. Yep.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness, what a lobby. So tell us about yourselves. Tell us what your involvement in film is.
Well, let's see. Since 2009, I've been producing the San Diego 48-Hour Film Project. Prior to that, I went to San Diego State, got my degree in film, and just kind of started doing the 48. I've done a few things outside of the 48-Hour Film Project, just with corporate video work and did my own thing. Still do some drone flying things and stuff every once in a while, and production work still.
Duane is being really humble. He's actually been a filmmaker all of his life. He started with like stop motion animation when he was really little.
Wow.
And so he's telling you like his adult career with film, but he's an accomplished filmmaker even before he went to film school. So it's like a lifelong passion for Duane.
She's gonna make me blush.
It's true. He's really talented. My involvement with film came a little later on, although I've been involved with like stage theater my whole life, musical theater specifically, and then just some good friends invited me to participate in their 48-hour film in 2008, and I was an actor and a writer and really loved it, and started doing some acting and writing with the 48-Hour Film Project. And then I had a little bit of TV and camera experience working with Disney before I came back to San Diego. And then I met Duane in 2009, and we've been producing together since 2011.
Oh wow, that is a really long partnership. That's fantastic.
It is, yeah.
So for someone who doesn't know what the 48-Hour Film Project is, can you tell us, run it down and then, let people know how they can be involved?
Sure. The 48-Hour Film Project is the world's oldest timed filmmaking competition. And it happens in about anywhere from 130 to 150 cities worldwide. And in each of the cities on a designated weekend, and it's different for each city, the groups of filmmakers, teams of filmmakers, gather at a kickoff session, and they each get a line of dialogue, a character, and they get 2 randomly drawn film lines, and then they have 48 hours to shoot, edit, and turn in film. Then each city's the films from each city go to a premiere screening, and then one of the films is chosen as the winner that goes against all the other winning films from around the world. And then that is held at Filmapalooza. The deciding top film of the year is announced at Filmapalooza, which this past year was in Rotterdam.
Yep.
And
super
previously fun. It's been in Los Angeles, it's in Vegas, it's been in Paris. So it's a worldwide event. It's really big. Thousands and thousands of filmmakers around the world participate in this.
How many cities approximately offer this?
It's anywhere from 130 to 150 for the actual cities that do it. But it's open up to anyone that can get someone at a kickoff or a drop off of it. You have to be in person to do those 2 things. So you don't, like, if you want to do Los Angeles, but you live way outside of Los Angeles, as long as you can get someone there to represent you, then you can do it from anywhere. It's just that there's about 130 or so major cities that do it right there in the city.
Right, and then there's the online sister competition to that, which is the 4 Points Film Project that Duane and I produce as well. So filmmakers from anywhere with an internet connection can participate in that, which is pretty cool.
And that's all online. And what we do with that, we get a lot of teams from San Diego that participate in that as well as the San Diego 48-hour film project. So at the end of that season, then we have a premiere screening of the films produced in Southern California by San Diego teams for the worldwide competition.
Yep.
And that's a charity fundraiser when we do those screenings.
Oh, and so do groups get to choose who they want to work with, or is it preset, or do they get to work with random partners? How does that work?
So teams are able to work with anyone they would like to, and we have a great film networking community here in San Diego. Duane and I do meet and greets leading up to the 48-hour film project to help teams, form up and help them if they're looking for an editor. We help them find an editor, and if they're looking for makeup, we help them find a local makeup artist who can work with them. We also have a great partnership with the musicians here in town. We have with the San Diego Songwriters Meetup Group, and those songwriters provide royalty-free music for our filmmakers as well. So we really help promote, networking, and every year it's neat to see, because sometimes the teams that worked together the year before kind of split apart, make two different teams and compete against each other. And sometimes people who've never worked together at all get to work together for this project. So it's pretty cool watching the filmmakers network and come together.
That's very cool.
And we also do open auditions. So we have all the directors and the team leaders come to a one spot, and we have 60, 80 actors come in, and they all do 1-minute monologues for the producers and directors, and it's a great way of helping new actors get into things. It's for producers and directors that do this as a job, then it also helps expose them to more talent that they can work with.
Right.
So let's tell our listeners how people can find out more or get involved, how they can get in touch with you. Let's make sure that we get that information out there.
Okay. So we have a main website for the 48-hour film project. No matter what city you're in and you want to do it, that would be www.48hourfilm.com. And under that, there's a tab that you can click on that lists all of the cities that are participating. If you want to do San Diego specifically, then it would be 48hourfilm.com/San Diego, and that will lead you directly to the San Diego page. We also have a Facebook group, 48-Hour Film Project San Diego. Or we have two. We have a group and we have a fan page. So one is 48-Hour Film Project San Diego. The other one is San Diego 48-Hour Film Project. So,
but you can reach us at either of those. And then our email address is sandiego@48hourfilm.com. So you can also email, and Duane and I share that address. So, which we usually we're on there daily. So anybody who wants to reach us, yeah.
Fantastic.
So thanks to Robyn, we get things from Facebook about how great our turnaround time is.
Right.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Robyn.
Thank you.
Let's talk about you guys a little bit. So what's your earliest memory of going to a movie theater? Like, why?
We were talking about this. We were trying to remember. Duane has a good story and I have a good story. You go first. Go.
Okay.
I remember I grew up in a really small town in southern Illinois called Sparta, Illinois. And I remember going to see The Call of the Wild from like 1972 or something like that. And I remember that it was in a balcony at the theater, and it just turned out that one of our friends from school, John Meyer, and his sister were there with us. And we were like this, we were talking, waiting for the movie to start. All of a sudden the lights went down, the projector came up, and John stopped talking mid-sentence and leaned forward on the back of the seat in front of him and stayed like that the whole movie. And it was really funny. I'd never been to a movie theater by myself, until then. And it was really funny how his reaction.
Yeah, it's really, it's like an experience that just envelops you, so he was just fully immersed.
And what's yours?
My first experience with the movie theater was the biggie, Star Wars: A New Hope. So 1977 was the first movie I saw in a movie theater. And I remember my dad taking me and my sister to see that in the theaters. And I remember just being overwhelmed by it. And I've been a Star Wars fan ever since. So it's, and now, both my boys are Star Wars fans, and Duane's a huge Star Wars fan. So We've seen all of the more recent films together as in premieres, and Duane has a cool Star Wars story that he had experienced really recently. So it's Star Wars has been like part of my life from the very beginning. But that was my first theater. That was my first theater experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
My first movie that I went to with my parents was Fantasia, and I got scared and cried so hard that my parents took me out.
It's loud. Fantasia's loud, and there's big dancing hippos, and I can totally see that actually. There's the water scene.
Yeah, the broom, the whole thing. I got
the
scared.
brooms, yeah. I can, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I can
So
see that.
what's your favorite movie theater snack?
Oh, this is a good question.
It is.
It's popcorn for me.
Yeah, he's a big popcorn guy. Yeah. Every time.
Gotta have it.
And salt and butter. Yeah. I have a couple different. I'm a sweet tooth, so my favorite candy would either be the classic Milk Dud. I like a Milk Dud at the movie theaters. Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes when I go to Reading Grossmont, I go to the I get the Sour Patch Kids because I love like the sour candies. So I like those. And then when I'm in Angelika, my favorite treat is the garlic Parmesan truffle fries.
Yes.
I always get those with an iced chai latte. So that's like my little go-to Angelika snack. I love
the bliss point, the sweet and the salty, delicious.
Yeah. I like both of it. I like both of them, but I am a big sweet tooth. So Milk Duds I think would be my number one candy, and then garlic Parmesan truffle fries for the salty.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Well, so let's talk about the current situation and the 48-hour film project. So how has the current situation affected you guys and your programming?
Well, we're scheduled to go out, have our 48-hour weekend in June 5th. And that's still a little ways out, but it's still a very uncertain time. And even if they lift the restrictions before that, are people going to want to psychologically go be in groups of people doing the film, and then more so in a theater with 300-400 people watching the film with it, right? So we've been forced to kind of do what everyone else is doing. We're doing like some live streaming things. We're doing one on Facebook tonight to keep the interest built up. And it looks like we're going to be pushing to sometime in August, probably late August is when we'll go. And hopefully by then we'll be able to do it in the traditional sense, where we have an in-person kickoff, in-person drop-off. We have, the regular screenings like we normally do. And hopefully it's not in such a way by then that we have to do some modification of that to keep the social distancing in effect.
Right.
So. And
the other thing that the 48-hour film project and Duane and I have been involved with is we have some competitions going on that are kind of free. They're not competitions, free like challenges going on. So the Stuck at Home 48, where they're providing a prompt on a Friday evening, and one of them was to make a trailer. One of them was to incorporate a famous film line that also incorporated one of the 48-hour film project lines of dialogue. And then we don't know what the challenge will be for this Friday night, but that's a free challenge that filmmakers can just sign up, and they receive the prompt and they turn in their film on a Sunday night. And we also have a short film script competition for high schoolers going on right now through the International 48-Hour Film Project. So our goal right now is to just maintain the networking with our filmmakers, maintain their community, the sense of community that we have here. Duane and I feel like the 48-hour filmmakers are our family. And so it's important for us to kind of keep in contact with them. And we know that a lot of the filmmakers are independent contractors. They're not working as much as they normally would right now. So, the providing the challenges for free, and then the high school script competition, I think, is $18, and that can be split between, people that are going to be writing the script together. So providing options right now that are reasonable and affordable for filmmakers who may be out of work or are struggling, that's important to us to maintain the community, and then also be sensitive to the fact that everything is different right now and people are, are struggling.
Right.
Totally understandable. And, you know, that's a great thing you're doing to keep people engaged and talking about this and making work and thinking about movies. And that's exactly what we're trying to do with this coffee club idea here. In fact, today we launched an Uber Eats program with the Angelika Film Center. So people nearby can order food.
I would like to order some truffle fries.
Nice.
What is nearby?
How nearby do I have to be? If I park outside of my car,
I think we haven't started curbside pickup, but we're going to get there.
Okay,
very
I will
much
be there
looking
when you
forward
do
to it.
curbside pickup. I will come get my truffle fries.
Now, does
I
this
will
include
text
the
you.
popcorn too?
Yeah, can we have popcorn as
Yeah.
well?
Oh, definitely. Yes, you can. Yeah. So we just started Uber Eats, and we really want to keep people engaged as well. So,
Right.
you know, you're doing all this wonderful stuff, like reaching out to the filmmakers and this, you know, 48 at home. But why are movie theaters important to your festival or to the project and for you guys?
Right.
Well, I believe that movie theaters are important because it's the only place you can go and watch a great product, you know, a great film, maybe a film that you've anticipated coming out for a really long time with Marvel Universe or Star Wars or, you know, some
Or even
you know,
classic films sometimes.
right, some franchise
Yeah.
that you've followed or
Mhm.
something that you're really interested in. And it's, I mean, you got a big screen in front of you as compared to a little tiny screen or watching something on your phone or your laptop or your iPad or something like that. You know, it's the only place that you can get really a good sense of community.
Yeah,
with
that's
other
I think
people.
the biggest piece for me. I know, you know, there's the technological side, there's the large, the big screen aspect, but there's the shared experience side too. You know, you have people with you, you can hear their reactions, you can hear the gasps and the laughs and the, you know, and the tears, and there's something very, very human about being in a movie theater and sharing that experience with other people.
And it is that's it. It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's not just watching a film. It's an experience.
Right.
You know, you have a menu that you can choose from, some garlic truffle fries or some
Yes, you could have a full dinner
popcorn,
at the Angelika. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a great experience as
Yeah.
opposed to just sitting at home and watching it on your computer or, you know, on your television.
So movie theaters have really remained a relevant fixture in our lives for years, right? It's really a part of American history. What can we do to keep movie theaters important to people or to keep them, you know, flourishing?
Honestly, I think one of the best things that I've seen recently coming from Angelika, which I totally love, is the classic movie nights, because we came and saw on the town. I came and saw on the town there recently, and just kind of reminding people of not only it's the combo, right? The golden age of Hollywood and the origins of filmmaking, and then also the current day and modern day. I mean, we came and saw Princess Bride there just on a fun evening.
So fun.
And, you know, you guys ended up having a whole extra theater full of people that, you know, you weren't expecting because it was such a popular thing. So never underestimating the value of being around other people for this experience. And that is what I think will keep movie theaters flourishing, is that experience and selling the entire experience and making sure that people, you know, from the get-go, I mean, when you walk in, I mean, look at the lobby behind you. It's warm, it's welcoming, it smells like my garlic truffle fries. I mean,
I miss it so much.
Yeah. I know, I miss it too. And
I love when they make the caramel corn, because then my room smells like that, my office. Oh, it's
I used to make caramel corn when I worked at Knott's Berry Farm a long time ago, and it is one of the best smells in the whole world.
To go back to the Princess Bride screening that we went to, what was really cool is that there were two theaters. One was for people who really knew the movie and could recite the lines and say them out loud. And the other for people who were seeing it for the first time or didn't want to have that kind of experience.
Wow.
And it was so much fun.
It was
a lot of fun.
I had never seen it. So
no way.
I know. It was in 2015, so I had never seen it.
And I'd never seen the whole thing. I'd seen bits and pieces of it. So we went to the one where people didn't recite the lines.
Right.
And it was still great because, you know, we were there with people that were having a shared experience with everyone. And then afterwards, we all met in the lobby because a lot of people that went to it were people that we knew from the 48-hour film project. So we met we were talking about it. It was just the energy was really high, and you know, it was a great experience.
Yeah, so I mean that's what's going to make movie theaters endure, is the entire experience, and it's not just sitting at home. And there's something to be said for that as well, but there is something irreplaceable about going to the movies, right? Going to the movies, not just watching movies, but going to the movies, and that's it.
You know, I have an example of that. Our judges, we give them the option of coming to the theater and watching the films along with everyone else, or we set them up so that they can watch them online. And the judges that have come and watched the films in the theater with the audience, and they're seeing, because they're watching the premiere screenings with the filmmakers that are seeing, for the most part, they're seeing their film for the first time on the big screen, and it's a much different experience. And they come to the deliberations with two different points of view: the jurors that have gone to see the films in person and the ones that didn't. And it's really interesting because our job is to facilitate judging. We don't participate in the judging at all. So, but we do listen in case there are any questions or anything comes up. And it's really interesting to hear that back and forth that is different, a different character of a conversation with people who have seen it in the theater as opposed to not seeing it in the theater.
Of course. Well, let me ask you this. What was your favorite event from 2019, be it 48 or a different screening or perhaps a seminar or anything that you guys attended about film?
You go first.
Okay. Are you the final boss? What's happening here?
That's
what is that? Oh, it's from Pineapple
No,
Juice.
it's from Indiana Jones.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When he's like, sees
yes,
the pit full
with
of
the snakes. Right. I'm sorry.
I
totally missed the reference. Okay, I'm gonna go first.
John Rice.
Sala, I know. I get it. Sorry. Last year, Duane and I went to the international competition we were talking about for the 48-hour film project called Filmapalooza, and it was in Orlando last year. And we went out there. Jared and I took our son to spend a week in Disney World, and then went to Filmapalooza. And Filmapalooza had filmmakers from, I think we had, 600 filmmakers or so there from all around the world.
Wow.
And and filmmakers representing almost every single city-winning film. And so we got to sit in a movie theater with filmmakers from around the world and watch films from around the world and just talk with people about their ideas, their experiences, their cultures, their food, all kinds of cool stuff. And that was one of the coolest film things that I did last year. I mean, we love our own 48. You know, you can't beat our screenings and our Best of San Diego with Bill Rogers, the official voice of Disneyland, as our announcer. I mean, it's cool. And if you've never been, you were there with us last year.
It was fun. Yes.
It's a cool, one of a kind experience, and that's definitely a highlight of our year.
Well, for many years, we were the only 48-hour film project that had a red carpet for many years.
Oh, yeah.
And then we retired the red carpet, and we got a purple carpet.
Right.
So we classed it up, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
What was your favorite film event?
My favorite film event didn't involve the 48-hour film project, but I donated to a charity, and along with hundreds of thousands of other people, and I won the top prize, which was going to the red carpet premiere of Rise of Skywalker in LA.
No way.
Yeah.
And then having dinner with Mark Hamill and his wife.
That's amazing.
That was my big event. So.
And that's your Star Wars story that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
that's
that was
amazing.
very, very cool.
And oddly enough, it's actually the second time that we've met. Robyn and I met him on the set through a friend of mine. We met him on the set of Sushi Girl.
And then we saw him at Comic-Con, so that's actually the third time,
Impressive.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool that he got to do that. That's like a total dream come true for Duane. So
and I
cool.
mean, I asked the charity representative, I'm like, so this must have been, there must have been thousands of people that donated to this charity. And she said, well, all I can confirm is that you were exceptionally lucky. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
That was a great time. the blue carpet. They had a blue carpet. I don't know where in the world you get miles and miles of blue carpet.
It's magic.
Yeah. It was
Exactly. So
yeah, that was very cool.
That's amazing.
And like right after the screening, as I was walking out of the theater itself into the lobby, I ended up walking out next to J.J. and I like movie and shook his hand.
Oh, no way. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you think people should check out while they're at home? What do you recommend people watch?
What are you watching right now? Anything?
I'm kind of getting caught up on the old school Hawaii Five-0 right now, of all things.
Okay, that's some good escapism.
Got caught up on Mandalorian. You know, I've been streaming some movies and that. You know, so just kind of getting caught up on things that I've either seen and want to see again. You know, it's like some of the Star Wars movies or some sci-fi stuff. Like what was the one with? I can't remember the name of it now, but anyway, I got caught up on that one. And Interstellar, yeah, Interstellar.
Oh, okay.
Really good movie, and yeah, and then just kind of we're always talking about like how to make the 48 better, what we can do, especially now, like how we can do different things, and kind of bring that in. But
so these are things that I'm watching right now. So I somehow missed out on a lot of series. Like I missed out on Mad Men around, so I'm burning through Mad Men like crazy. I'm watching Ozark.
Oh yeah.
I've been a Jason Bateman fan since he was Derek on Silver Spoons back in the probably early 80s, I think it was, late 70s, early 80s. So I'm watching Ozark, and I just finished Schitt's Creek, which is one of my favorite shows, and such a heartfelt and awesome last season, and last show especially, really, really awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of, and I'm watching Forky Asks a Question on the Disney Plus because he's so cute. Forky is so cute. Yeah, he has little shorts because he doesn't know anything. So he's basically asking all his friends, what's money and what's time and what's a friend and stuff like that. And Tony Hale, of course, as the voice of Forky is amazing. So, we're home because we're here with the boys. So we have I have a freshman in college. I have a freshman in high school. They're both here. So, we're just we watched Rise of Skywalker again at home the other night. We watched Onward. So a lot of these streaming services are providing films that would have been coming out in theaters right now home.
Yeah.
But some film companies are delaying opening so we can still see them as a shared experience at a movie theater. So there's stuff coming out still. Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to that will be coming out when life resumes?
Top Gun's the one.
Top Gun Maverick. Yes.
I can't say I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. So I have a little connection with Top Gun. Robyn and I both know the first officer in charge of Top Gun, the guy that put the whole thing together, and we know several of the original.
The actual Top Gun, the flight school.
Top Gun. Yeah. And we know several of the founding instructors of Top Gun too. So have a little bit of a connection with that. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing Mulan. I just work at Disneyland. I'm a huge Disney fan, and I'm very excited. I don't want to hear any of the naysaying about, there not being a talking dragon and everything else. I think Mulan's going to be incredible. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I know that the delay will be worth it because I know that it's a challenge for everybody right now. I think that the movie theaters have made, eventually it became not so much a decision, but a mandate. But initially, theaters were making the decisions early to help keep people safe. And I think that was a great move on their part. In my other life outside of film, I'm a registered nurse. And so I have kind of, both sides of this. And I think that the theaters are doing a great job. And so is everyone of keeping us safe and then making sure that we're ready when we come back. I think theaters are going to come back big and strong, and people are really going to want to spend time together. I think it's one thing that we're missing right now, being home, is spending time with other people. People are avoiding eye contact in public right now, and you can't see anybody's smile on their face because they have masks on. It's a weird time, but I think I think we'll get past it, and we will again kind of long to be together and have these experiences. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the movies for sure. Yeah.
I'd like to take a minute to publicly thank Robyn for being on Frontline Warrior.
Oh, stop. No, I didn't say it because of that.
I know that.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
No,
San Diego, I will say San Diego is doing a very good job. The nurses and doctors and staff are working hard, but San Diego is doing a very good job. Please continue doing what you're doing because it's working.
Thank you for saying that. And I agree. And we do have to pay tribute to everyone, you know, all the essential employees right now. They are really, really, truly essential and very much loved by the public right now. So thank you for all you do.
Delivery drivers. I mean, it's showing kind of the character of you know, people in our community, and San Diego's doing a really great job all around. I'm proud to be
wonderful to hear. Wonderful. Well, I agree. I do think the movie theaters will come back and come back strong and better than ever. And I can't wait to see you guys at the movies.
Me too.
Thank you for joining me, Duane and Robyn. And thanks everybody watching at home for joining us for our Coffee Club series. So please hit that subscribe button for our YouTube page to get all the newest information, and also to check out some of the Q&As from the past. And take a look at our website for any streaming movies, and also for our Uber Eats options. So
I can't wait for that.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys, and check out the 48-Hour Film Project.
Thanks, Natasha.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.